Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Campman. Now, we talked a little bit last week about, getting away from just all football, obviously, football and basketball in Western PA, Eastern Ohio are huge. But the Boardman girls sure have something to be proud of here.
You're not kidding. Division I state championship. Congratulations. The Spartans were made 5th consecutive trip to the state tournament. 2nd bowling state championship. Caitlin Greenaway, individual Division I state title. Marissa Funk, 2nd team All Ohio. Congratulations.
Both juniors, so they'll do it again. They're not going to get worse.
No. Most times I would think, George, the coach said how great the kids are and how great those girls are. But I'll say this. If you're on a bowling team, I would think you're a pretty good kid.
Yeah,
They just go hand in hand.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
We've talked about the individual sports too, like the ones that get up at 6 to swim or run distance.
Right.
There's something about that inherent discipline, and it seems to carry over. But no, I mean,
it does in the classroom. It really does.
Yeah,
it goes into the classroom.
Absolutely.
It goes in. Not many kids, as George just said, I like word inherent, just go together.
Yeah.
They go together. If you're disciplined enough to get up at 5:30 and swim.
Yeah. Or go run the streets before it's light out. No, it makes a point because you look at these guys, gals, and it's incredible. And like I said, enough of them are back. They're going to be right. If they've had their 5 trips.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I would think also that it's a carryover that if you've been good for a while, some girls who
want to be on it.
I'm going to do it. Yeah, exactly.
The antithesis is when you lose for a while.
You don't want to
in today's world, these people talk about it, and they many times at these high schools, they blame the coaches of the successful teams. And they say, he doesn't want them or she doesn't. And the truth of the matter is those kids don't want to be part of a team that doesn't win.
Yeah.
That's the one. See, when we were kids, we wanted that letter, or, hey, I'm on the football team, wear the jersey on Friday. Long gone.
We know a school in Western Pennsylvania, because that's where we're from, that would make fun of their kids if they played this sport.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that never would happen 25 years ago.
No way.
So yeah, there's no question. So somebody who's not making fun of it also is Canfield boys district championship game. Defeated a really good Glenville team and beat them by 13 points. So I know
down early, so they're good.
Yeah, so I know how good Glenville. I talked to Craig Hannon from Girard and told me, boy, that Glenville was impressive, but he said he thought Canfield could get him. He was right. Canfield improves to 22-4. Will face Warrensville Heights, always good, in the Division II regional semifinals. Mooney moves on, beating South Range in a whooping 84-59. So that means Mooney moves on to play in District 3, in District 3.
In Division 3, you have a 25-point win.
You're good.
Once again, we've been over this. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I don't think there should be any 25-point wins in District 5.
We don't want that, do we?
No, we don't.
Unless you're LeBron's team.
That's not. That's
one of the spectacular
That's not
teams.
high school basketball.
That's right.
I'm going to say
that's not high school,
I'll say it here for the 1,000th time. That is not high school basketball. When you get money to bring people in, it's not high school. Legal? No, I'm not saying illegal. I'm just saying
we don't like it.
That's not high school. We don't like it?
No.
High school is when you get some dude, he's 5'11", and he's your tallest guy, and you say, guess what? He's playing inside.
Right. That's true high school.
Yeah, not, we need a 4-man.
Let's go get him.
Let's go to the parochial finals at the 8th grade championship, and we'll find us a 4-man.
But he happened to be in Toledo, so that's okay. We'll still bring him here to Youngstown.
Yeah.
Warren JFK ended the Heartland Christians run with 76-39, whooping Michael Condileone, 25 points, Nick Ryan, 19-6 move on to play Dalton in the regionals. Ursuline moves on with I heard they have a really good team. Gino Lucente, they were 4th ranked in the state, so I know how good they are. He was named player of the game as they move on into the regionals also with a 61-44 win over Notre Dame Cathedral Latin, who's always had good teams. They play St. Joe's. I know they have to be good. the semifinals at the Canton Fieldhouse on Thursday. You're talking about lots of teams are moving on in our area. That includes Springfield. 34-31 win over in the girls basketball regional semifinals. One game, George, away from state. How about that? This is a big game.
Yeah, this is big.
You know, it's big. Ava Vascioni, 12 points. Jamaica Brungard, 10 points. Balanced scoring. They're going to need everything they can as they face Londonville to move to the state finals. It'll be their second straight trip, so it's not going to be scary to them.
No, that's a good point. You have to watch that first time when any endeavor like that. You next thing you know, you look up, it's 18-4. Then you figure it out, but it's too late.
Yeah, and you won't be awed by walking into a place that you've never played in. It's a big place, and remember, these are high school kids. We're not talking about pros. George has said many times when he's watching a pro game, then a college game, then a high school game, he has to remember. You said,
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I
forget. I said, wait a minute. That game right before it might have been your game one year, watching it in college. And the game before was UCLA and somebody. And you have to remember, wait a minute, these are high school guys and gals.
They can't do what you think
No,
they can
that's
do.
not Sidney Wicks. No,
Ain't
really.
Ain't the truth.
Because all we see on TV, like every once in a while, you'll flip by and you'll say, wonder who, and you look and say, oh my, they're high school guys. Like that tournament in Florida.
We know they're not high school.
No.
No. Yeah, they're not high school.
No, they might be high school age.
That's all. No, that's all. Moving on to some news at YSU that's not good. The girls got knocked off by Green Bay. They had a struggling year with the coach and with all the turmoil, but they hung in there. They ended up 14-18. This would be an important off season for YSU to see the direction they want to go.
Restock that cupboard.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. Now that people are paying players, it's harder to acquire them.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for the coaching staff and the YSU girls right now. They need to get out into the town and say,
yeah,
we need some cash.
Here's what we need.
Yeah. We need cash.
Al and I were doing our show the other day in the radio, and one guy who's an insider at Pitt shared with us what some of these people are
players at Pitt, right?
Being paid. And I mean, I knew it, but I think when you see it, it's different. It's like, oh my gosh. And it's slotted, all ACC, this is what you get. I know Ohio State has it right in the program. Don't they have it right in the player's guide? So, I mean, here we are. I don't think it can sustain itself. I will be wrong. I'll be the first
You said
guy.
2 years ago.
I'll jump right on here and I'll say, what I think's coming is the schools are going to pay them.
Yeah.
It'll take from that gigantic TV
Yeah, the
chunk.
TV money they're getting.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to be aware and smart enough to say, listen, we know the money's not going away for the players.
Yeah.
Well, this is the way we're going to get them paid.
We can manage it a little better.
Yes.
And Al and I were talking, one of these guys, rather wealthy individual, he said, I can't do this every year. He said, I just wrote a check to my son's college for $65,000. He said, I want to.
Right.
He said, I'm not a whale, is what he said.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
And that's why YSU boys thought they could win this year. They really thought. They really had it made. They had all the transfers in, are deportable, really good players. But in the Horizon League, you got to be good. I mean, you really have to be good. And they lost to Cleveland State 82-70 before a packed house who were stunned because Cleveland State took control early and never let up. Burns, who I saw play, had another big rebounding game, 18 rebounds with 17 points. Brandon Rush, who we have seen hit threes, hit 15. Cleveland State advances to the Horizon tournament. YSU out. And it looks like to me that unless there's a CEF, one of those little tournaments they run, they're not getting an NIT bid either.
No, I don't believe so.
No.
If the NIT goes by what it said, they want Team 9 out of the Big Ten.
Yep, so we'll see if YSU boys get anything to continue that run. They had a good season, but I know I could tell by Coach Calhoun's words afterwards. I watched his conference TV. Oof, he was really disappointed.
Well, you lose at home, Al. You were the better team. That's why you were home.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
win the games you're supposed to win.
Yeah,
You're right.
Then you get to that Final Four in Indianapolis. Now you roll the dice.
Yeah.
But you got to win that first one at home. You're the home
You
team.
earned that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you're the home team for a reason.
Right.
That's why I was always so critical of Bill Cowher. He had the home field 5 times because he had the best record.
Right.
That was my point
Same
with
idea,
him.
right.
Not just that he lost the game, the fact that he was the better team, or he wouldn't have been home in the first place.
Right. Great point.
Yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. We'll see Tuesday night. That should be interesting. That league's, I'll tell you, I watch, you right when you think you know something, Milwaukee upsets, whatever happens. You know, I knew Cleveland State was live that night. I didn't think necessarily they'd win, but I thought they could be right there.
That was out their best player, too.
No, and they proved it. They weren't ahead. They weren't behind us. All right, let's talk about MLB. Hey, 2 weeks, buddy.
Yeah, it's finally coming.
Not 2 months. I always tell people the significant events of spring. I always tell Al, I like it. We put the clocks up. We've done that. We've got some nice weather, and then eventually the Masters comes on.
Masters the key.
And then I'm like, okay, now we got it.
Yeah, the Masters signals, here comes spring.
Mother Nature messing with us this weekend.
Yeah, it did.
You know what I mean? She playing.
I saw snow and hail.
She's playing hide and seek with us. I thought, oh, it's nice out. The poor birds, they don't know which direction to go. But most teams are hopeful. You have
to be now.
But the truth is, Al, very few have a chance. Well, 5, 6, 7.
That's all. I know that right now. One or two will sneak in.
Yeah, one or two surprises.
Yeah.
Oh, Texas. Oh, not that they don't spend any money now.
No.
They paid
Top
left
10
half of
money,
the
yeah.
infield, $500 million.
Yeah.
But that's the deal. And we know Atlanta's going to be there.
Same teams.
Yeah, and we know. Don't get me started.
The Dodgers.
Albert, I was a Dodger fan when I was a kid. I went to the World Series in '63 in Baltimore. '65, whatever it was, I was there. This drives me crazy that this commissioner sat back. They spent $1 billion, and he basically said, "That's okay. You can pay them later."
I know, deferred payment.
What are they, wimpy? I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger.
Yeah,
Wimpy.
that's what they did.
What is that?
I would just think it's L.A. They won L.A. and I believe they want those big teams in the World Series. Okay. Draws that money.
And you know the Yankees. I saw something the other day, like a FanDuel type thing, and I told a buddy of ours, big Yankee fan, I said, if they're healthy, it's a cinch. 40 homers for Judge and the guy.
It is. It's Soto.
It's Soto. But here's
it's
the thing.
health thing. It's health.
We can't say it.
No, they both go down.
He's always hurt.
Judge is always hurt, yeah.
See, that's
hurt.
the thing. And then last year he sat out 50-some games and he almost hit 40.
He's still that good a hitter, right?
That's what I'm saying. We know Houston will be there, right? What are your thoughts on Texas? Are they going to disappear as quickly as they came?
No, they won't disappear, no.
No, they have enough.
No. They put money into it. Once you put money in their program.
I heard a guy talking about Bochy the other day. Jeez. He sure thinks a lot of it.
I think you have to. You have to.
What, 3-4 now?
Yeah.
3 with the Giants, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I still say it, and I'll go on record, the commissioners should have stepped in on the Ohtani thing.
Okay.
I don't know what he should have done particularly, but this deferring the payments. I think the IRS will be heard from before that's over, too. Anyone but the Dodgers. I don't care who wins. I'll root for the devil if he was playing that dude from the Dodgers. And here's the thing about the Dodgers, though. Look at those first 3, 4, 5 hitters. They can beat you 9-8 anyway. I know their pitching's a little thin. Can they beat you 9-8?
But it got better now with Glasnow coming in and the Japanese guy got in. No, they brought pitchers in too.
And then they don't get Kershaw to what, July or something?
But he's their 5th pitcher.
And he's their 5th. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's won 9,000 games, and he's their 5th.
In the old days, he was their first pitcher.
Absolutely.
He's not anymore.
Now here, I got to complain now. NBA. I'm looking on Sunday. I said, man, what a good test for the Clippers. They're playing Milwaukee. Two of the 4 or 5 best teams, maybe 6. I said, man, oh man, that's good, and they're home. Not paying attention. Then I see the line hop, which, if you're on the ball, with me, if it's $10, I could care less. Mm-hmm. I'll play it just to watch it. So all of a sudden, I look, and that thing climbs up to 5.5 or whatever. And I said, well, what's going on? Because at noon, I have a kid. I'm not real good with the phone and all, so I have a kid that does it. I tell him, here's who I like, take him to dinner or whatever. But the bottom line is, they weren't playing. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Now, let me ask you, if you were running that outfit, I get the rest, which we don't like it, but let's forget it. We're past the rest. Why wouldn't you aim for that game and rest them before or after, or play one of them?
I don't think they have any, nobody has anything to say about it.
They just
That's
do
the
it.
problem. The agents come in and say they're sitting out Sunday. Okay, here, boys, we have a new team on Sunday. It's,
I mean,
they cannot tell them anything.
wouldn't
No
you want
one's
to play?
telling them anything.
But wouldn't you want? You'd want her to play.
No, they don't want to play.
I don't want to play
They want to play in
against
the
the
playoffs.
best team in the
They want to
league.
play in the playoffs. That's what they want to
No,
play.
see, that's what's different. Larry Bird would have been there laying on a hot towel during the break.
90% of players would.
Yeah.
Not in 25 years ago.
No. Now the Knicks and Sixers, I tried to. You didn't see it. I happened to be home on Sunday in the middle of the evening watching. You want to talk about hot garbage? Al said to me, "Was it the defense?" I said, "Well, yes, some, but nobody. There were more points or the same amount scored in the South Carolina women's game. This is pros. 48 minutes.
How did it happen?
Lousy shoot. Well,
They
you know,
didn't want to be there. that night.
terrible shooting.
They didn't want to be there.
No, it's just
It had to be.
Just-
Never heard anything like it. Both teams don't get to 80.
It's the lowest score in 6 years for both teams.
Right.
Which really doesn't say much, does it? I mean, there's not much to say. Now, I did watch last night the late game. The Eyebrow had one of those games that they brought him there for, 27 and 25. He did.
Doesn't do it all the time either.
No, but I noticed he's playing a lot more. He's only missed 5 games, which out of
For
60.
him, that's unbelievable.
Well, out of 60 is,
Yeah, for him, that's
one every
unbelievable.
12.
Yes.
But here's the other thing, too. I got to say this. LeBron James, for however old, God bless, Father Time has not been
No,
cruel to him
he took
at
care
all.
of himself.
Yeah, he's really, you have to give him.
That's his strength. That is his strength.
It
Longevity.
is a
Longevity
strength.
is his strength.
Now, here's what's funny about that NBA. All this, 60, they're almost done. 63 games. They got 18 left. All I know is 9 and 10 are the Warriors and Lakers. Any way you look at it, one of them's gone.
Right.
Because they have to play the first. If it stays the same, they play, and then the winner
I'll
plays
predict
the
somebody
loser
gets
of
a
7, 8.
I'll predict somebody.
Well, that's what they want.
That's
yeah.
what I think is going to happen.
You know what's going on? This happened in the last couple of weeks. It was always whispered out there, but it's becoming a shout about Tatum in the clutch. I'm watching.
Well, stats say it.
I'm watching. Well, I'm watching Friday night. They're down 2. Somehow he's alone in the corner, way more alone than he should ever be. Feet down, no rush. Wham,
Misses it, huh?
misses it. And I said, that rep's going to be, he's going to have trouble stepping away from it now.
Yeah, he's got to change that rep, right?
Yeah.
For them to win.
Good
Because there's
point.
going to be a lot of close games in the playoffs.
You know, you're exact. And by the way, the antithesis, the big boy, Jokic. No, there's good, and then there's what he does to good players. Spinning, reversing, stepping through. In fact, Porzingis tried to guard him, and I'll give him. And he said after the game, he said, that guy's amazing. He said, I learned more tonight. Remember what Coach Mack used to say about guarding a guy that had a good move?
Right. You learned about 7 moves that night.
Oh, he learned stuff he didn't know.
Yes.
And he never said, like, he moans at the refs alone, not
They all moan.
not like Doncic.
No, they all moan.
But he just, none of this and this and this and arrows and bulldogs. And the man just plays.
Just a dominant player, that's all.
And let me say how good he is. He only pays 75 for a triple double. He's that good. Like
I know, it's a common thing.
It's every game
Yeah,
with
it's a
him.
common thing
And
every
now,
night.
you know what I started noticing with Doncic? The last couple games, he just gets that 10th rebounder assist. Like, I'm always wondering, did they bump that 9 or count one that 2 guys stuff? Because all of a sudden he's getting it every game too. Now, NCAA hoops. Saturday was Showdown Saturday. Someone should have told Bill Self. Houston took them to the woodshed, which I thought they might at home. But you can't say that because Kentucky goes to Tennessee and wins that game. So you can't just say, well, I want the home team. And Carolina goes into Duke, and guess what? They all lost at home.
Yeah, Kansas City just beat the crap out of Houston.
Bad.
So that's one of the things that happens when you beat somebody.
Grudge.
they're back ready for that game. Houston
Right.
was ready.
You
And
believe
they
in
shot the
Grant?
ball well. If Houston shoots the ball well, it'll be them in Connecticut. But Houston could go out in the second round sometimes because they don't score. I mean, they go on scoring droughts, but they are dangerous because they guard you like crazy, and the offensive rebound like crazy.
Ooh. You hit the button there. You hit the bullseye. That was the secret word.
Kentucky over Tennessee, those are two very good teams.
Yeah.
That's all. You see, watch them play, and you can see how dangerous both of them are in the tournament.
North Carolina, going into Duke, got the big lead. I see games. You get up 17-4. I know it's early, but daggone it.
It's hard to come back from that.
Hey, what is Shire apologizing to the fans like he lost to
Towson State. Huh?
It wasn't. By the way, my first college game was against Towson State.
Was it?
Yeah, how about that? Carolina is on par with those teams.
Anybody.
That's no.
They're a 2 seed.
That's no apology game.
Stupid. It's
Now,
just because they're such a big rival and everybody else.
yeah, something happened. Also, I kind of gave up on them about a week and a half ago. Indiana, they're bringing Woodson back. They won 4 in a row.
Too late.
They need 2 in the tournament to
Too
get
late.
I think they get to 20 or something.
Yeah, they might get, but they're still they've been lousy here.
Michigan coach is going, right?
Yeah, he's gone for sure.
For sure. He has anger issues on top of being a lousy coach. It's one thing if
I guess that's not good, huh?
You know, if you win, you can get away with just about anything. Woody Hayes, till that last time, then they couldn't. Sean Miller to Ohio State, have you heard that rumor?
He's going there.
Okay.
He's thanking the Xavier fans. I think that when those thank yous come out, usually means you're heading south.
Good point.
Or heading north, wherever
And
Columbus
Coach
is.
Slocum, he taught us something one day that I think is so valuable. You have to be where your feet are. You can't do that. If you're fill it in, Xavier, Ohio State, Indiana, Penn State.
Wherever.
Coach that team.
Coach your team the best you can.
Coach that team. Now, for 2 weeks in a row, on the bottom line, we have a women's hoops update.
Well, that's what Caitlin Clark's done.
Yeah, she's got me watching.
You know.
Hey, I know that I've really gotten old, be an old man fast. I was watching golf Sunday. I used to never watch golf. Like Tiger, you said when Tiger was in. I caught myself watching our boy just pull away in that tournament. But no, she did, she missed her first 9 again.
Yeah, I
But
mean, what
she
the heck?
still had a
Nobody
good
writes.
game.
Nobody talks about that.
No.
I talk about it.
No. Now, South Carolina LSU fight. Come on, ladies. I know I'm behind the times, but it really bothers me. And I'll tell you what bothers me even more. Now, remember, I grew up in a bar. My dad owned a bar. So bad language is something that I've heard from the time I was a little shaver. There's something about no effing way, them mouth or yelling to the fans. 5 effing. There's little girls
Well,
there.
both those coaches
There's
do it.
little. The coach, forget they're two. They'd be in a gang.
Well, that's
of
what I'm
them,
saying. Both coaches do it.
But
So
the
that-
players,
so the players just fall on their knees.
What'd she say? Make that blankety blank
Yes,
shots.
yeah.
Yeah. But when she said what she said, there should have been repercussions. When she said, "I wish they'd have punched Angel," in other words, she wanted a bigger brawl.
I know.
What a jerk! Just a plain
She
jerk.
dresses up for it though. Wow.
what
She wears. She gets.
I think she's Annie Oakley.
She
or
gets
something.
those
Come on.
dude outfits.
She's Annie Oakley. Now, NFL football. I texted you. I didn't want to wake you, but I figured I wanted to be the first guy to tell you. Russell Wilson overnight. He is now
Cheap.
$1 million. You got to bring him in.
Yeah.
You can't
It's the
buy
best.
a cup of coffee.
It's the best signing of all the.
Absolutely.
Even if he's no good.
And they're paying him 38. That's
Yeah.
the best part.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
the best part.
He might end up being really good.
Remember when Coach Pelini came here to Nebraska? He owed him all that
Yes.
money. That was the best.
What a deal! $1 million to sign somebody. Jeez.
An 8-time, wait a minute, 8-time Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's not near the player he was.
I'm not sure.
But does that make a difference? He is or isn't?
And let me ask you
For
something.
$1 million.
26 and 8
Yeah, I know.
compared to
That's what he did
13
last-
and 13?
I know.
For a
I
career?
think he'll end up starting, by the way.
Oh, in my mind, it's not even.
Oh, really?
No, he wouldn't
Okay.
come. He didn't come to be about.
Okay.
That's me now. When he's on the bench, you can throw it in my face. You know what I mean? Hey, real quick, we have to say this before we move on, then we'll talk some more NFL football. Student athlete. I don't want to hear that word ever. Do you ever want to hear that word again?
We said that 3 years ago.
But I mean, it's ridiculous.
We've said that forever.
Yeah. No longer.
Before it was underneath the table. Now
Yeah,
it's right out there.
Please don't. Please don't talk that. You know what I mean? It's just incredible. Now, why not bring him in? Al, I agree with Al. Denver's paying him. I'll bring you in if someone else will pay you. Baker Mayfield, interesting. He wins that playoff game. He should send watches to all the Philadelphia Eagles because they went down there and played like hot garbage.
Yeah, I struggle. I have that as the worst signing of all. $4 million they paid to just bring him in. And a year later, he's worth $33 million a year.
But listen,
how can he jump from four? Because they won some games?
No, they won a playoff game. Hey, here's what I found out about that, too. It looked like it was 3 years, $100 million. What it is 50 up front, 30 and 20.
Okay.
But still, $30 million. But
compared to $4 million?
But for a starting quarterback, Dak went 60.
I know. Mayfield's never done anything.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? Yeah, he had a decent year last year.
And he won a playoff game. That was the key. And they signed Evans, so they had to have someone to throw him the ball. I'm imagining Evans.
And by the way, I like Mayfield. But it's hard for me to understand somebody. That's how bad quarterback play is, though.
Yeah. No.
You're going to give somebody.
Hey, how about that
$33 million?
2021 draft? They went over those 5 dudes. Lawrence, who we're not sure of. A couple of them are out of the league. One of them doesn't play at all.
So, you never know what you're getting.
No.
Once again,
no.
The pros' defense is coming after you.
No,
You got to be able to be something different. Processing, moving, throwing accurately. You got to be an unbelievable player.
6 weeks to the draft, and there's a lot. Like today.
Quarterbacks are going
how about
like
this oxymoron? Legal tampering. Wait a minute. You're either tampering or you're not.
Legal tampering.
Yeah, legal tampering. But here's the one.
The NFL does it every day.
Don't they just
every day?
Don't they just there's just enough time between the combine and the Super Bowl. Then they just get it. I mean, they have this country. There's people like I listened to the radio in Pittsburgh the other day. Man, that's all they're talking about. Who they're taking and like you and I know, it doesn't make one bit.
Crazy.
Who knows? Hey, by the way, Patriots get rid of their quarterback. Those rumors about the discourse in their quarterback room must have been true. Mac Jones.
None of them are any good. That's the bottom line. I guarantee you Brady wasn't easy to coach.
No, but he put up with a little bit more too. He put up with. You might put up with Brady. What do you think? Just a little more. I think they did. How about next year so people know the NFL's streaming another playoff game?
No way.
Yeah, Amazon.
No way. No.
Well, I know you got Amazon.
They're not making some money.
I know you have Amazon.
There's no chance NFL's making any money.
They would have made a little bit more. They're not making enough. By the way, these people at Kansas City, Miami got frostbite. One word of advice. If you go, which you got to have some common sense, keep your clothes on.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Please keep your clothes on.
I told
Dude,
George.
was that with his hat on? He had his shirt off.
I told George a story. The mailman has delivered mail in Buffalo at minus 65 for 5 straight days. Mm. He said, I don't have anything wrong with me because I dressed for it.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to a game.
And don't forget, too, though, you're forgetting one thing.
What?
He's moving. They're sitting.
I still think minus 65, you're moving or ain't moving. Yeah, you're going down for the count.
He was moving. Like I said, if you have health issues, or you
don't go.
And if you do go,
will we be there?
Don't take your shirt off.
Will we be there?
Me? Man, if it ain't 70, I told the dude in Slippery Rock Baseball, I said, I like you, but not enough to go up in that hill. No.
There's not a chance.
No.
I judge my baseball games by weather.
Absolutely.
If the weather's nice, I'm going.
Nope, I agree 100%. Mike Tyson's fighting Jake Paul. Do you have any thoughts at all?
Yeah, I said it.
I said but the other day, though, they were talking on.
What a joke.
They were talking on the Twitter. They go, I say he's 54. He's not 34.
What a joke.
He's 54.
Solid joke.
And it'll be packed, right?
That's the sad part of it.
It'll be packed, the pay-per-view. Although it's going to be on one of those like that most people already, Netflix or something. So most people already have.
I have those things.
There you go. So
I still won't watch it.
Hey, quarterback, last thing, the draft in the NFL. Talk about inexact. It couldn't be much more inexact. They're flipping a coin right now.
For sure.
They don't know who's good.
They're studying it like it for a math test. They're still not getting it right.
Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.